Bulls make a sneaky good signing. The Chicago Bulls have just gone out and signed Kenny Lofton Jr. We're going to be talking about what this means for Kenny Lofton Jr. and what does this mean for the Chicago Bulls as they continue to move towards this youth movement. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe. This is another episode of Bulls Digest. And before we jump into the hot topic of the day, I want to go ahead and share a special message from the sponsor of today's video, NordVPN. Hopefully the Chicago Bulls can get a clearer plan and move the franchise forward. Unlike the Chicago Bulls, you can have a plan when it comes to protecting your devices from online threats. That's right. The best way to do this is with NordVPN, which you can get by clicking the link in the description to this video. With NordVPN Threat Protection Pro, you can block against fake websites, against phishing, and other fraud and other scams online. That's right. You can go ahead and protect your Wi-Fi from being compromised with a single click. You can encrypt and defend your virtual private network. Make sure that you go ahead and you improve your security and block pop-ups. And once again, you can go ahead and get this with nordvpn.com/bulls. This is an exclusive offer where you get 4 months of extra service along with Nord's risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. All right, so we're talking about the Chicago Bulls who have just signed Kenny Lofton Jr. He is an undersized power forward / center, 6'6", but he's played in 45 games across 2 seasons. Here's the official tweet. If you haven't already saw it already, to a 1-year deal is what he has just signed for to Chicago. And I will just add that this is a non-guaranteed deal. It's almost similar, and actually it is similar to owner-op a team. So there is the real sense that they may choose between one of those 2 players as far as getting the actual roster spot. But either way, there's a chance that he could go ahead and be in that final G League spot because we still do have a G League spot left. And so I think that this is an interesting signing. I mean, you are looking at a young man that was the Rookie of the Year in the G League. In fact, he put up some big numbers there. Just throwing those up, he had 20.2 points per game, 10.5 rebounds a game, 3.9 assists, and a steal a game. That was to win the 22-23 G League Rookie of the Year award. So this young man can definitely play basketball, and I get it. A lot of people are saying, hey, he's undersized, but when I say he can play basketball, he reminds you a lot of a former player in the NBA in Zach Randolph, just being able to play under the basket, use his footwork and also his power to get to the rim and get some great shots. And he also reminds me of a current NBA player right now, and that is going to be the Rockets big. I think that he absolutely reminds me of him. I think that, with the way that he is able to use his footwork, his power, and his post-up ability to get to favorable spots on the floor offensively, that's exactly what Kenny Lofton Jr. reminds you of. And so I think for the Chicago Bulls who are looking to get tougher on the front line, I think that this signing makes a lot of sense to me. But, are the Chicago Bulls going to utilize Kenny Lofton Jr.? Because that is the next question that I have for the Chicago Bulls front office, coaching staff, whatever. Because, look, we already have players on the roster that we absolutely are going to need to play, but I'm questioning, are they going to get the run that they absolutely should? And that starts with, Adama Sanogo, right? I'm wondering, is he going to get the chance that he should get? Because I think that Sanogo has shown in G League play that he absolutely should at least get a look. He's shown during the summer league this last summer that he should get a look. He's starting off on a 2-way contract right now. And I just think that if the Chicago Bulls are not going to win an NBA championship, which I think we can all agree on that at this point, and even if they were to make the playoffs and not be in the play-in situation, do we realistically think that the Chicago Bulls are going to make a deep run? Probably not. Would it be be an interesting season if they make the play-in situation? Sure. Either way, we're not going very, very far, so you should go ahead and see what players are going to be in your future. And so that means that you have to play a player like Sanogo, all right? And so I would like to see that. And the same is going to be for Jalen Smith, a former top 10 pick that came out with Patrick Williams in his draft class. I think, he just hasn't had a lot of opportunities. He's played behind DeAndre Ayton in Phoenix, and then he just got done playing behind Miles Turner. You need to give these players a chance, and I think that is really the theme for Kenny Lofton Jr. I think that he just needs to get a chance. I get that he came in, he needed to get into some better shape. There is a little bit of a question about him defensively, but I think that this is the best chance for him to get a spot in the NBA, because let's face it, the Chicago Bulls need to get better on the front line. And when you look at the successful teams that we have had, dating back to when Phil Jackson was here, we had to get a lot more tougher. And that starts with the interior on the offense and the defensive end. Same thing when Coach Thibodeau came, right? We got a little bit of nastiness, right? With Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson. Like, we had to get nasty inside and start to be a bit more physical on the defensive end. And I think that is something that I believe Kenny Lofton Jr. is going to bring, that level of physicality as far as rebounding. I think he can do a better job defensively, but I think you just have to give him a chance and see what he can do against NBA talent. And let's not forget, there were games where he has played in garbage time for the Memphis Grizzlies or the Utah Jazz or even the Philadelphia 76ers, and he has shown that he can score and be effective in NBA games. He is a very efficient score when you look at his field goal percentage. And so I think that this is a good move for the Chicago Bulls, but I challenge the Chicago Bulls to actually utilize this player and see what you have, because just sitting him in the G League is not going to help him moving forward, and it's not going to help the Chicago Bulls moving forward, especially if they are looking to get rid of Vooch and try to figure out what they are going to do on the front line. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that this signing was good for the Chicago Bulls? Do you feel like the Chicago Bulls, even if it is a good signing, are not going to utilize him correctly? Do you feel like, look, it is time we start to play these players, whether it's Jalen Smith, whether it's Sanogo, or whether it is Kenny Lofton Jr.? Let me know in the comments what you think. I just want to let you know that 71.3% of you that watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you continue to slam dunk on that subscribe button for me, as it means a lot to me as we try to reach 5,000 subscribers before the NBA season starts. And even though we are talking about a player that we should use during the season, and we're probably not going to, I'm still saying go Bulls, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.